Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm so late. Oh my gosh. I apologize for that. We had to do something very last minute before I came up here. Oh my gosh. Let me just fix something on here. Okay. We got Mr. Alvin. Hello, Alvin. How are you, hon? Sorry, I was with my daughter. I had just got home like at 2 o'clock, and I had to beat my face real quick, which put my makeup on, and then rush over here, honey. He says, "How are you doing, B? Hopefully, well, I'm doing amazing. I'm sorry I'm late, honey. How are you doing? How is everything going with you?" Okay. Hi, Ellie, honey. Thank you for sharing my video, sweetheart. That meant everything to me, honey. Everything, okay? That was really nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but you did, sweetheart, and I appreciate you. Yes. Look at me in the chat. 1 minute. Yeah, I was changing my daughter. I'm so sorry. Hi, Sandra, honey. How are you? Welcome to the book club, of course. My Delilah. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Sorry I'm late again. Is Ellie saying hi? Mr. Bryant. Hey, Bryant. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing excellent. I hope you're doing inspirationally and all the great things above, honey. Yes. He's saying hello. Delilah's saying hello. Hey, Bryant and Sandra and Frozen Amiga. Am I frozen? Good Lord. Let me know if I'm still frozen. She's saying hi to Bryant. Oh, and Alvin. Yes. Can't forget Alvin. Hello, Mia. She said, hello, Queen. Good looking beat. Thank you. I put this beat on in under 20 minutes. Woo, girl. It was rushing. I was rushing to get on here. Hey, Mia. Hope you're feeling better. Absolutely. She's saying hello. Brian says, I'm okay for real, just sitting here. Well, thank you for sitting here with me, honey. I appreciate that, okay? We're just doing a book club. You don't got to be far into the chapters. We're on chapter 12. But we just kind of go over the book, and you just put your inputs on it. That's it. The book is called Let Them, honey, by Mel Robbins, okay? Put in your input, okay? We would love to have anybody's input on the book. We got Traveling Tea. She said, good evening / afternoon, everybody. Yes. I hope you're doing well, Traveling Tea. Brian saying hello to Mia. Oh, he's saying you think it was your feed. It's okay. My camera freezes all the time. And that is okay. He's saying hello to Traveling Tea. Mia saying, hey, TT. Brian said, oh, no problem, my friend. Thank you. And Brian, that is my friend right there. If you guys don't know who Brian is, incredible. He is in a group that my father really loves, which is a Zapp and Roger band. Girl, when I found out that's who he played for, amazing, incredible. So if you guys ever wanted to check him out, or if you guys know about Zapp and Roger, wonderful. He has a wonderful channel. Ellie says, the new Go Slim protein bar is gone. Oh, is that the protein bar that Delilah was featuring in her Costco? Like, it wasn't a Costco haul. It was just her going to Costco and whatnot. Is that the one you're talking about, honey? She said, I inhaled that thing after shoveling. Oh, I'm so sorry you guys are in the snow. Not that I should forget that, but it's just in California right now, it's like a heat wave, and I forget. I think I was looking at Mr. Grant, his short, and it was just like a winter wonderland, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are in the thick of it over there. I'm sorry. Yes, I wanna be your man. I wanna be your man. Yes, that is Mr. Brian, honey. Costco is so dangerous. Spent $73 today. Yes. Oh my gosh. I go to Costco on the 10th of every month. I go grocery shopping to each store once a month. I do once a month hauls. So the amount of money I spend is insane. Not really, but I don't know. I got too much going on, so I have to do shopping once a month. I can't be one of those people like can go once a week. Bless you if you are. That's like you could plan a whole lot better than I ever could. I get a month's worth of groceries. So at Costco, my Costco bill comes out to $4.50. Yeah, and I've seen people go higher. My Walmart bill comes out to $3.50. My Food for Less, if you guys don't know what Food for Less is, that's just like an Albertsons, your Kroger's, your Myers, your I don't know, ShopRite, like your grocery store. That one's like $4 something. But I guess if you were to like go weekly shopping and then put it into a month, I think that's what it would be anyway. So yeah, I feel you traveling to you. Okay, I feel you. She said, Mia says, hello, Beham. I subbed to your chat. Thank you. He was really going through it because he felt like not a lot of people were going to, like, you know, checking out his channel when he went live and stuff. So he's a great dude. Honestly, great guy. Played for, I mean, being a musician and whatnot, not easy. So thank you. Ellie says, I'm not allowed in Costco by my own choice. Right? You got to cut yourself off, honey. Oh, I don't blame you. Della says, that's funny, Elle. Elle says, don't get me started on their cookies at their snack counter. I can't. My dad gets their chocolate chip cookies every month, honey. Oof. I never feel the need to eat it, but Costco came out with their chocolate chip muffins. They caught me on a weekday. I was weak, honey. I was weak. And I had a muffin, and that muffin was 600 calories. Was it worth it? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Do I do it every day? Absolutely not. I had that. It was like one time in my whole journey that I've had that. Oof. Delicious. Adela said, I wish you had Food for Less. The price is so much better than those at Albertsons and Kroger's. When I tell you Albertsons is expensive, I look at the people that have that do their grocery shopping at Albertsons, like their full-blown grocery shopping. I'm like, honey, just go to Food for Less. I'm so sorry. And I've never been to a Kroger's, but a lot of my products are Kroger's. I don't know if they're like affiliated with Kroger's or if we just have, that's just our version of it. Kind of like how Ross has DD's. Like, is Food for Less the DD's of Kroger? I don't know. Traveling T says, things hop in my shopping cart unexpectedly, okay? So how did I get there? I don't know. I don't blame you. Ellie said, right. Della says, I feel like they're not even worth it anymore because they're different than they used to be. Yeah, that is true. Albertsons back in the day. I do go because my family likes drinking soda. Okay, not proud to say that, but, you know, I raised my kids on that because that's how I ate, okay? I had soda with every single meal and a snack, okay? But my dad still enjoys it. My son still enjoys it. My husband is not on a weight loss journey, and that man, that's just what he likes. Albertsons has the best deal on 12 packs of sodas. I won't lie. I just went over there, and they had a buy 2, get 3 free. Where are you going to find that anywhere else? Or anywhere else? Oh, my gosh. Kim J, all day, every single day, honey. Hello. She's a hi there, FMB in chat. Yes. As I'm coming home from Albertsons as we speak. I know, that's right. Food for Less is their Kroger company. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I just didn't know if we were like the DDs of Ross. If Food for Less was like the DDs of Ross. Oh, no, I was talking about the Costco muffins. Okay, yeah. No, absolutely. Oof. They're too good. I'm not going to lie. I got the chocolate chip. They had the double chocolate chip muffins. My obesity is coming out as we speak about that. Delilah saying, hey, Kim. Kim saying, right, traveling to extra items, finding their way into the shopping cart every time. And if I go shopping with my husband, forget it. Oh my gosh. He never likes to go in the grocery store. He'd rather just stay in the car. He hates being around like a ton of people. He just doesn't, I don't know if it's like his social, he doesn't really have social anxiety. It's just he doesn't have a high social battery. He can be around people for a couple of few moments and then he's like, I'm over it. And I'm like, oh, okay. When he's in the store, everything's in the cart. Just looked for a Foofless location and they're way out west from here. I'm sorry, honey. They do got excellent deals there. I don't know if it's worth it to drive it as far as you are, but my gosh, that's the only place I go. Kim says, hey, Delilah. Ellie saying hi to Kim J. She's saying hi to Ellie. Oh my God, is that Mr. Grant of Campbell? I say Earl of Campbell, but I like saying Grant of Campbell. Hello, Grant. How are you, honey? I saw your short. I was just talking about that. I saw your short in your Winter Wonderland. I'm so sorry. That was February 6th. And I think today's the 7th, so I'm so sorry. All of those, all the snow that's around your house, and it was even still snowing. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Della says the cans used to be worth it. Now they're $12 each. Even for the buy two get three free aren't worth it, especially in California with CRV. Right. But that's why I was late today, because my dad wanted to go recycle cans. So over here in California, they'll pay you to recycle your recyclables. So plastics and cans. So we kind of get our money back in a sense because we do recycle everything. Oh, we're recycling fiends, honey, okay? Hi, Grant. Yeah, I got them for you. Yeah. Be careful. Yeah, put them on the plate. Sorry, I got some little Caesars for my son. He was wondering if it was okay to have the crazy breadsticks, and I'm like, yes, of course. Grant said, hey, Kim. Yes, Sandra, my husband is a huge introvert. He's an extrovert when he wants to be, but it's giving introvert 1,000% at heart. It's just, if he has an option to be around people, it's a no for him. I don't know why. Oh, is it Shawnee? Hello, honey. How are you? She said, hello, Felicia, and everybody in the chat, honey. Yes. Hello, everybody from Miss Shawnee, honey. Yes. Shawnee, I was watching your video on your grocery haul, and I don't know why it like slipped my mind that like there are people who are sodium sensitive. Oh my gosh. I started looking at my Slayer nays a whole lot different because I'm like, man, I really do got to talk about the sodium of it all. You know what I mean? In my household, like my dad is actually very low on sodium, so I try to find things with a higher sodium content for him, but never really dawned on me for the people who are sodium sensitive. So thank you for sharing that, honestly. Kim saying hi, Shawnee. Grant saying hey, Shawnee and T. T said, thanks, Grant, for sharing that short. I cannot believe winter is hanging around longer, right? Kim was telling me that the groundhog, he popped out, he saw a shadow, and he said, 6 more weeks of winter. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Ellie saying hi to Grant. Grant said, yeah, I'm over the snow. I'm so sorry. It's beautiful to look at, but I don't think it's beautiful to be in. Okay, I'm sorry. Is that Miss Reset with Anissa, honey? She said, hi, Felicia Marie and everyone in the chat. I just dropped a video yesterday, Anissa, and I mentioned you, honey, because I choose to reset with who? Anissa, honey, and every time. Yes, honey. Thanks for being here. Ellie says, Sandra, I don't see you there. Hello. Oh, Sandra is here. She's up in the chat. Gary saying hi to Ellie. Delilah says, they aren't paying you. They're giving you back what they paid for. Yeah, that's true. 5% and 10% canned fee comes back when you return them by recycling. Yeah. At least I'm getting something back. I know my sister up in the East Coast, it's just mandatory. Like, you just have to recycle. So, like, it's not an option. It's not a, hey, we're going to give you something back. Like, it's just, you need to get this done type of situation. So, at least I'm happy California gives us something back because California is expensive. Like, imagine being expensive and I can't even get anything back for my cans, man. I'd be grumpy. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm brushing my hair. I feel like I look a mess, but hopefully I don't. This is my daughter's little tiny brush. It's not that big. Not that I have much hair, so that's okay. Okay. Let me see. Where did I leave off? Mia saying hello to Miss Kim, Jay, Grant, Shani, and Anissa, honey. Ellie saying, Grant, the third or fourth snow piling today was not fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. Kim saying hi to Mia. Grant said, my new account isn't letting me show up for chats for some reason right now. Guess it's too new. Sometimes, especially if it's like new. I know I had some issues when I first got my channel, but this channel's actually been, I wasn't always Felicia Murray B, so this was just like my personal YouTube account that I had for eons. So, and then I changed the name, and then I used it for, this account. So, I know I had some issues when I first had a YouTube account, but if anyone else is experiencing that, let Grant know. Grant said, hey, Mia. Kim saying, hope all is well in the chat. Absolutely. Kim said, over the winter, jeez, I am sorry. You guys are freezing, and I wish I could just stuff you all in my pocket and come to San Diego and just be warm for a minute, okay? Ellie's laughing. Kim saying hi to Anissa. Delilah saying, I wish they paid you on top, though. I know, I wish they did. I'm just glad to get anything, okay? Is that Jen? You changed your profile picture again. Oh, my sweetheart. She said, hello, everyone. Just stopping by, being nosy, about to go walk the dog. It snowed again. I'm sorry. You are in one of the coldest parts, too. I'm so sorry. Does your dog have little booties that you put on because his feet get cold? I like seeing that. It's cute. If not, it's okay. Delilah says, if you have the trash cans that are not in the community trash, if you don't recycle, you're fined for it. That's their way of making you. Oof. That's terrible. There is a recycling trash can at my apartment complex. There's probably cardboard in there, but everyone knows not to put their cans in there because you just get your money back for your cans. Delilah said, hey, Jen. Kim says, Felicia Reavers, you're beautiful just the way you are. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I rushed over here. That's what I feel like. I feel like a mess in here. But hopefully, thank you for letting me know I don't look a mess. Ellie says, hi, Jen. Snow stinks. I'm sorry. Delilah saying, hey, Anissa. Shani says, hi, Kim J, Grant, Delilah, Ellie, Anissa, T, Mia, Bryant. Yes, honey. Ellie saying hi to Shani. Mia says, that's a big thing here in Indiana. My dad has junk cars. He gets crushed to provide his retirement funds. LOL recycle. Everything has its place. Ooh, he does cars. We have, that's really good for him though. My bad. We have a couple of places you can call. They'll come get your car for you instead of having to like haul it over there, which I think is nice, but they only give you a couple $100, but it's something. Shani, Delilah says, hey, Shani. Kim saying, hey, Jen. Delilah says, that's smart, Mia. Very smart. Nissa says, hey, Delilah, Shani, and Mia, honey. Oh, Jen says, she doesn't like the boots, but she needs them. Oh, she doesn't like the booties. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have some for my dog for the summertime because it gets hot in the pavement, and he can't stand them either, so I just wind up picking him up anyways. I'm like, come here. But we love our fur babies. Anissa says she hopes she didn't miss anybody. Well, hello everybody from Miss Anissa, honey. There you go. Delilah says, yeah, but they have no way to find individual apartments, but if you had dedicated cans, they would. Oh, the ones in front of like your houses? Okay. I don't know nothing about that, so thanks for letting me know. She said, oh, poor Lola. I know, poor Lola and her little tiny little toes. Her little cold, little freezing little toes. We're just trying to do the best for our animals, and they're just like, nope. Okay, you guys. That is the end of the chat, honey. We are doing chapter 12. Hopefully we're on chapter 12. I believe we're on chapter 12 of the book club. Let me pull up my Audible. I never have this ready. Why? Because I don't know, but I should. Okay, audible, audible. Where is my audible? There it is. Oh gosh, I got my headphone in. Not me, the only person listening to the book, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're doing chapter 12. And it's called... Chapter 12. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Why some friendships... Okay, chapter 12, why some friendships naturally fade. Okay, that sounds like a good topic. Let's see. Jen said it's the salt, it can burn their paws. Oh, not their little paws. I call them their little beans. Like their toes look like little pinto beans. Oh, I'll just carry my dog. He's supposed to be a little chihuahua, but he is a chunky little thick chihuahua, okay? My dad feeds him too much, which I know isn't beautiful for his health, but he will cry and cry and cry and cry until he gets a little treat. Until he gets multiple treats. Okay, I think all chihuahuas are kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to write here chapter 12. Chapter 12, so I can put my notes down. Ah! You leave Paco alone. I know. He's not fat. He's just healthy. He's just big boned. He's just thick in all the right places. Okay, so chapter 12, why some friendships naturally fade. I pressed play. What happened? This chapter is 19 minutes long, just so you guys know. And then we'll pause it and we'll discuss and all of that good stuff. Let's see. Oh, T saying hi to Shani, Anissa, and Kim. Ellie says, okay, I'm going to bring the food for the animals. Be right back. Oh, okay.
I was a young mom of 3. Chris and I lived in a neighborhood with a huge group of friends, and we were all raising our kids together, hanging out with each other, and building this incredible community. We all had kids the same age who went to the same public elementary school. It was one of the most social and fun periods of my whole life because we were constantly bumping into our friends all the time. Because of the kids, the school, and their schedules, they were always overlapping. I honestly felt like I was back in high school again with constant plans, invitations, and groups of people to hang out with. There were 2 couples in particular that we grew very close to, and we did a ton of things together with our kids. Going away for weekends, Halloween trick-or-treating, coaching Saturday morning town soccer, Sunday brunches, football parties, barbecuing all the time. You name it, it was a blast. Chris and I, we were genuinely happy. It felt like pure luck that we had moved into a suburban town not knowing anyone. And truly, we felt like we had won the lottery because we met so many amazing couples who we loved spending time with, and our kids loved their kids too. It was just too good to be true. Now, at the same time, one of our closest friends was living in a different state and always remarked on how jealous they were of our community and our large, fun circle of friends. And we thought that the only way that things could get better was if they moved with their kids to our town too. So Chris and I started encouraging them. You got to move here. And they did. In fact, they bought a house right across the street from the 2 couples that we did everything with. At first, I was so excited. Imagine this. One of your closest friends not only moves to your town, but lives on the same street and is becoming neighbors with your current 2 best family friends. We lived a 5-minute drive away. It was perfect. So naturally, I expected it was going to be one big block party. All 4 families together all the time. Now, in the beginning, it was just as I had hoped. They'd call us and invite us to drive over and join in on random weekend nights together. But then over time, something really unexpected started to happen. The invitations became fewer and fewer. And what became apparent was that these 3 families were hanging out without us all the time. Looking back, I now understand that of course they would be. Why? Proximity. Proximity matters. They lived across the street from one another. They could just wave to each other from their front doors. They all had kids the same age who took the bus together, and they carpooled to sports together every single day. And looking back on this, I get it. It wasn't personal at all. Because when you're standing next to somebody waiting for your kids to get off the bus, you naturally turn and ask, hey, what are you guys doing for dinner tonight? You want to come over? It makes total sense that they would all become best friends. And they're allowed to. But for me, my experience was watching this couple ultimately and unapologetically take what I thought was our place in the friend group. And I didn't handle it well. I was horrible. I did what most people do when they feel threatened or excluded, because I didn't understand adult friendship. I didn't understand my emotions, and I was emotionally immature. I found myself consumed with jealousy and anger. That used to be us, I thought. They stole our friend group. And as soon as my energy shifted toward them, everything changed. And here's the thing, I didn't want it to change. I wanted to be fun and friendly and carefree around everybody so that everything could go back to the way that it was. But whenever I thought about the situation or I saw all of them together, it was as if a freaking demon took over my mind, body, and my spirit. I could not control my feelings. I was cold. I was bitter. My energy was so off, and everyone could feel it. Chris could feel it too. The three couples, they could definitely feel it. And even friends in the wider group of families, they could feel it too. I was a complete bitch, even though I didn't want to be. I tried not to think about it. But any given weeknight, while we were home alone eating spaghetti at the dining room table, our friends, they were all together, grilling out in their backyards. And it burned me up inside. You know, I can sit here now and tell you, I am mortified about how I acted. And by how petty and insecure I was. But at this point in my life, I didn't understand my emotions or how to manage them. I didn't have the let them theory. I was a walking friendship red flag. If I saw any of the six of them at a Saturday morning soccer game or a school meeting or a cocktail party or the grocery store, I would just, it's not even stressed. I would just tense up. And I didn't want to feel that way. Have you ever felt that way? That you don't want to be bothered by something? You don't want to give off bad or tense vibes, but you do? I wanted to be normal. I not only liked these people, I loved them. And I wanted things to change. But I had no idea how to deal with my feelings. I couldn't control myself. It's like my tone of voice would shift. My arms would cross. And while I didn't want to feel the way that I did, I just didn't know what to do. I want to be very clear about something. I don't think anyone purposefully excluded me or Chris. I don't think that's what happened at all. And now, when I reflect back, I can see the situation for what it was. I can see how angry and jealous I was. And the truth is, I wouldn't want me at a barbecue either. I wouldn't want my negative, toxic energy anywhere near me. It's a miracle that Chris and I got invited anywhere at this point in my life. My poor husband. Oh my God, poor Chris. It didn't bother him that the dynamic in the friend group had changed. He didn't take anything personally. But I just couldn't let it go. And even when I talk about it now, it's still painful. And I take full responsibility for my lack of maturity, my toxic behavior, the fact that it was my energy that shifted. I was acting like a child. 1 minute I'm pouting, the next minute I'm pretending I didn't care. Oftentimes in private, I'm venting at my poor husband, Chris. If I had had the let them theory back then, I would have been able to let them be friends. I would have been able to rise above the situation. I would have taken responsibility for understanding and processing my emotions in a healthy way, like a mature adult. But at the time, I had no idea how to deal with my emotions or what I was feeling. And it felt like a personal attack. That's what it felt like for me. And these people that I really liked, they became the villain in my story. Why? I'll tell you why. It's easier to blame someone else and sit in your anger. Way easier than to take responsibility for yourself. And I was making the single biggest mistake that everyone, including you, makes in adult friendship. I was expecting to be friends forever, just expecting to be included and expecting it to be easy and to always be fun. And I'm telling you this story because it illustrates that proximity really does play a massive role in forming and maintaining adult friendships, and that it's not always in your control. And the story also illustrates how your energy can destroy a friendship, and that is in your control. That's why this story is painful, because I did this. Now, this situation happened in my late 30s and early 40s, but it can happen at any stage of your life. At some point, you're going to go from being on the inside of a friend group to feeling like you're on the outside. This is normal because people come and go. People scatter in different directions. Dynamics and energy change. And whenever there's a change in someone's life and they start to grow into who they're meant to become, every single one of the 3 pillars of friendship changes too: proximity, timing, and energy. And that's why adult friendship requires you to be flexible. That's why it's usually not personal when people come in and out of your life. Your job, let them.
Okay, I paused it there. Sorry I had to get up. My daughter's kind of getting over a cough, and she was running around the house, and she got the coughs a little bit, so sorry for that. But I paused it there. That's a good place to pause it. I wrote down, letting emotions consume you, feeling personally attacked by those emotions, and how difficult it can be to have adult friendships. Has anybody really ever gone through what she was talking about? Feeling like excluded from a friendship, or feeling a certain type of way, like when you feel like you're in a negative space and you don't want to be around anybody. I know the only time I ever truly feel like that is like when it's, not to be TMI, but like when it's that time of the month, I could feel myself getting irritated, and I'm just kind of like, oh, you guys, I'm sorry, but it's not that I want to be rude in the moment. I'm just maybe a little more spicier than usual. I'll just kind of say things out of left field, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on with you today? And I'm like, hey, don't take it personally. I'm sorry. I'm hangry. I want sugar, and I am in pain right now. You know what I mean? I don't get bad cramps, but like, they're enough to be like, I don't know. Like, I always know, but right before I'm about to start, I get all, I get really sad. I'll start crying about something, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, once a month this happens. I got you, girl. It's about to be here, okay? So that's the only time. And whenever I am like that, my first instinct is to kind of like seclude myself and like kind of shy away from everybody and be like, okay. But I am learning, or have learned actually, just to kind of navigate my way through that. And I always tell my children, because my children do a lot of therapy too for their, behavior therapy. I can never tell my children to like fix your emotions or control your emotions, because there's full-blown adults out here that do not know how to handle their emotions, and that's on period. Okay, there's a lot of adults out here that'll hold things in until it explodes. There's a lot of adults that'll feel judged all the time, or feel like, oh my gosh, are they saying something about me, or was that towards me? And it's like, or there's some adults out there that don't know how to deal with anything. Like, when things get too heavy, they just shut down. I've met a lot of people that shut down, and you're kind of like, in a sense, like, sometimes it's healthy to let them, and then sometimes it's healthy to be like, hey, you need to work through that, because shutting down can't be your only answer for everything. Although I do always say silence is a valid option. We got to navigate those things, and I think adult friendships are one of the hardest friendships to have. When you're young and you're in high school, middle school, elementary school. It's pretty easy to have friends because you're always in the same space, like she was talking about. Your neighbors are right next to you. Or you have coworkers. I've had plenty of coworkers that I felt like were like my soulmate in a weird way. But as soon as I left the job, what happened? And a lot of it was my part. I wasn't reaching out. I was, at home, things got more crazier and I had more responsibilities at home than I did at work. So I didn't have that free will to be like, hey, I'll be there for you every single time and show up. Or what happens when you move away and that person's not your neighbor no more? You might see them from here and there and be like, hey, how are you? But they're not like that person where you can open your door and be like, hey, what happens when it comes to that? It doesn't mean those friendships weren't valid. It doesn't mean that those friendships didn't mean everything to you. But it's all about location in a sense, too. I know we've all had the coworkers that were, like, willing to be down for us and do everything. And then once we left, it was like, how are you? Hi on Facebook. Hi on Instagram. And then it just dissipates. So, yeah, that's what I was, navigating through that. Let's see what's in the chat. Delilah says, I hate feeling consumed by something I can't control. And that is tough. And it's tough when these emotions kind of come up because you can actually have healed through a lot of emotions and be like, that's not me. I don't do that anymore. And sometimes it pops up randomly and you're like, hey, I already know how to work through that. Why am I still feeling this again? Because feelings are natural. Feelings are human. They may reappear. They may disappear. So I totally understand you on that. Dala says, yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's amazing to watch someone grow, even if it's out of a relationship with you. I like watching them bloom into new, bigger, and better. Took years to get there, though. Absolutely. Especially if it was a relationship of intimate relationships. Yeah, a lot of us, will say that's an ex because they're exed out of my life. But I like to see people grow. It's like, hey, you may not have been able to do that with me, but I'm glad you're doing it, period, because you just want to see people get better. And when you heal up here, you are that person. You are that person that wants to see other people heal too, because you know how good it feels to be healed at the end of the day. None of us are fully healed. Hell, some of us are. There are some very rare people out there that are very fully healed. But for us that are on our healing journey, it's so great to feel it, to know that we're relieved of a lot of things. And we want to have that experience with other people, just like on this weight loss journey, just like in these fixing our comorbidity journeys. Like, you want to see somebody who just freshly got diagnosed with like hypertension. And then you may be a person that doesn't even have to take that medicine no more. And you want to see that for everybody else too. Yes. Now, Ellie says, amen. Amen. Okay, praise God first. Kim says, yes, I tend to get irritated a little bit easier since menopause and during the holidays, missing my mom. Wish she was still here with us. I was just watching Losing Drea. And if you guys have never seen Losing Drea, I promise you, I like to talk about mental health. I like to talk about healing, emotional, mental, social part of yourself. That woman, full of wisdom, okay? That woman really knows what she's talking about. And she was talking about how she lost, both of her parents are no longer with us no more. And how it really feels, there's a certain grief that comes with you when you have nobody above you no more. Especially like for you, your mother, because our mothers are no longer here, me and Kim's. When you don't have that woman figure to look up to be like, hey, I'm going through this. And that wisdom coming down back to you, being like, I've been through that. Hey, let me hold your hand. Let me walk you through that. It's that part we're missing. And yes, other emotions like you being irritated, even if it is hormonal too. Sometimes I do miss those aspects of my mom where I would be like, man, she would know I'm having an irritated day before I even know I was irritated. She'd always tell me anytime I was moody, she'd always tell me, hey, take it out on the person you're mad at. Don't take it out on me, because I don't deserve your bad day. That never left me. Anytime I feel angry, anytime I feel irritated, anytime I feel just kind of like frumpy, I'm like, who am I really upset with? Is it me? Is it my hormones? Is it my husband? Is it my kids? Is it, things going on social media? Take it out on them, okay? Don't take it out on the people around you. So I totally understand you on that. Delilah says, yes, they are. Why is that? It's because we never learn to deal with our emotions. And that's on period. That's on everything. There are some people that don't want to deal with their emotions. They'll come into something like this live, for example, and they're like, it's too much, it's too heavy. Like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel about it. I don't want to hear about it. And it's like, I understand. Maybe you're not ready. And we can't force anybody to heal themselves. We can't force anybody to look within themselves, because the hardest thing to do is look in the mirror and figure out what's wrong, for sure. And everybody has a right to do that. But there are a lot of people that need to do it. It just sucks. It sucks so bad when you know somebody needs to do it and they just don't want to. Absolutely. Delilah says, I'm so sorry to hear that, Kim. Absolutely. Ellie also says, very sorry about your mom, Kim. Kim says, thank you, Delilah and Ellie. Yes. Delilah says, things happen, amiga. I've always been the one to keep friendships together. Why? Because I have no husband or children to occupy my time. But I've learned I'd rather let go than to be overwhelmed by forcing a relationship with somebody I wasn't ready to let go of. Oh, yes. Oh, and that's, yes. When I was by myself, it was tough. Because I'm like, I don't know, Felicia before kids and Felicia before, like, my husband and everything. Yeah. It sucks to try to be by yourself and your own thoughts. And that was, like, the darkest part of my time, was being alone with me. So my thing was to isolate. My thing was to hide away so I didn't have to deal with anything or anybody, because I was that person. I didn't want to hear it. I'd rather be living that ignorance is bliss, knowing that I was just eating away at myself, figuratively, mentally, and literally. So yeah. And then, yeah, it's hard. You want to hold on to something, but when it doesn't serve you right, the only thing we should be holding on to, and I had to learn that a hard way, is God, is the love of Jesus. And if you're not spiritual, I understand that, but that's the one thing that did get me through a lot of it, that I was never alone. I was never by myself. I was never forgotten, neglected. He was always there. And that I pray for the world too, that they find him and they seek him and that they rejoice in him. I'm sorry if that's the spiritual side of me coming out, but if you believe in the stars and the moon and everything else, as long as it gives you comfort at the end of the day, that's all I can ever hope for. Delilah says, please don't blame yourself for those relationships breaking down, as it takes two, can't just fall on the one of them. And that is on everything. It does take two. It takes two for that. I was talking to somebody else about this, but I don't think they want me to share that. But I was talking to something else about that. They were going through it with their child. And I'm like, look, we are not perfect parents, but to blame one parent is tough, because I'm not the only person that brought you into this world. Okay, it took two, honey. So instead of putting all the blame on the mom, go get your dad, okay? He was just there too, okay? Anissa said, I went to your video, thank you. Oh, my honey, thank you. Not me wanting to be recognized by Anissa, honey. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you for inspiring me to reset on everything. Anytime I hear the word reset, I think of Anissa, honey. Every time. If I got to reset my even emotions. And Anissa's not one to really be talking about like in depth with emotions, but I hear Anissa in my head when I'm like, I got to redo something, okay? Let me, wipe off the board, reset with Anissa, okay? Kim J said, I thank God he provides the other woman. That, of course, will never replace our moms. but can provide some motherly love that we do miss. Yes, because God will always give you what you ask and what you need and what you want. Of course, we got to work for some things, but His love is always there. You just got to find it, search for it, feel it. And once you feel it and surrender yourself to it, life becomes a whole lot easier, honey. Yes. Mia says, I will say, Kim, you are really, I will say, Kim J, and you really take the place for some of us who need that mom advice in our life. I'm sorry you don't have that, but you guys really help a lot by the advice and comfort you both give. Oh, thank you, Mia. Oh my gosh. And that's on everything. Oh, I appreciate that. I know Kim appreciates that too, because I do look to Kim for a lot of things too. A lot of things I would have asked my mom, I just ask Kim sometimes. And she'll give it to me in a way even my mom wouldn't even explain it to me. She'll give it to me in a spiritual way. Not saying my mom wasn't super spiritual. She was more of what Kim calls like flesh. She was very human. Her responses were very human. Let's just say that. She was very real, down to earth. But now that I am more in touch with my spiritual side, yeah, no, I'll ask Kim for something and she will give it to me word per word from the Bible itself. Okay, that is incredible. What kind of knowledge? Thank you. Nissa says, missing your mom, Kim, virtual hugs. Yes, Kim, give that hug, honey. Feel that hug. Absolutely. Della says, yes, Kim and Mia, I'm so happy for you both to have others in your lives that can help fill the void. Absolutely. And thank you, Delilah. Absolutely. Delilah, I thought David was your husband. Aw, that they are not married, but in my eyes, I always see them as a married couple, although I know by law, nothing's signed and whatnot, but that's her muffin, honey. Kim says, Kim says, oh, thanks, Mia, sweetheart. Oh, that is kind, honey. Kim says, thank you, Anissa. Mia says, you are welcome. That's very special to give yourself. That's very special to give of yourself like you both do. Oh, Mia, honey. Oh, my heart. Anissa, we are not married, but long-term partners. I meant more past tense Delilah than current Delilah. She's talking about Delilah before Muffin. Oh, she's giving a heart to Delilah. I love that emoji because it's like you're smiling but you're sweating. You're like, Kim says, and I feel you on that, Delilah, learning if/when to go. Oh yeah. Kim. Delilah says, yeah, I call him my husband by default. Through 9 years, may as well be. But I have abandonment issues, so I stay uncommitted. And at least you're honest about it. Let's be so for real about that. You're honest about it. Some people have commitment issues, will get married, and then that's when infidelity comes. Okay, if you're honest with your emotions, if you don't want to deal with your emotions, fine. I can accept that. But if you are not honest about your emotions, and you still want to act like you are committed, and you still want to act like, I am a good person, and I do great things, and you're not. If you can admit to me, hey, I'm not a good person, I'd be like, okay, say less. I know what I'm dealing with. Or I can't handle commitment. All right, cool, I got you. But to act like something and you're not, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. My Delilah says, yeah, Kim, I've learned to give it to him and leave it there when in the past I could not stop going and picking it back up. Now to work on leaving other things too. Absolutely. Kim says, I know that all too well, Delilah. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are connecting. And Ellie too, she understands it. Yeah, there are a lot of things we do gotta let go. It's easier said than done. I know some of the hardest times I've ever had to break it off with somebody was because I didn't want to let it go. But there's only so much you can beat into somebody. Not physically, but there's only so much you can handle. Once I started understanding people a lot better, understanding behaviors a lot better from people, I realized people in free will, they will literally treat you the way they want to because you allow them. And I was allowing a lot of people to treat me like an absolute doorstep. And I allowed it. So I couldn't be mad and cry about certain things when I was allowing it. Yeah, that was tough to swallow for sure. Delilah says, one day at a time, Kim. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to press play. Oh, my Ellie. Look at Ellie understands, honey. She says, same here, honey. Oh, yeah. Oh. Is that Mariela's? Mariela says, hey, Felicia, sorry. Don't be sorry, sweetheart. The great thing about the book club is a lot of the things we're talking about, we have passed through. We may not have healed from it fully, but we have navigated our way through it to become what? A whole better person of ourselves. My dad always says this. Anytime I used to say sorry, and I used to love saying sorry after everything, and even till today, I'm always like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He always says, don't be sorry. Be better. It used to hurt my heart when he said that because I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was doing better. But no, just be better, honey. Like, stop apologizing for every little thing. Not everything needs an I'm sorry, okay? Be better. And from that, I have left a lot of people in the dust, honey. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be sorry anymore. I'm just going to do better. And if I have to do better without you, bye, sweetheart. Okay? Yes, honey, I knew you were just live. And I'm sorry I missed your live because I was out recycling, getting Little Caesars, getting french fries for my daughter. But I will watch your replay, sweetheart. I will. Because I did want to see you and Britt together, okay? Thank you for coming by right after your interview, too. Kim J says that's growth, Delilah. Some people are in our lives for reasons, a season, and sometimes a lifetime. We oftentimes get in the way of trying to hold on too long. Yes, let go and let God when it's time. And that is a very, very powerful quote. Let go and let God. Sometimes we do need to let go and just give it to Him. That was my biggest thing. I never wanted to give anything to God because I was like, I got it. You got enough you have to stress about. You have the literal entire humans and angels and everything to deal with. I got this. And that's the way I used to think. And sometimes I still think like that. But sometimes you just got to give it to Him because He wants it. He wants to hear you. He wants your troubles. He wants your joy. He wants your anger. He wants all of it. I just had to let it go. Yes. Delilah saying hi to Mariella. Kim saying hi to Mariella. She's saying hi back. And Mariella says, okay, I'm not sorry. And she says, okay, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, sweetheart. Delilah says, yes, ma'am, Miss Kim. I make sure to pray when the season is over. Let them leave since I know me, I'll never, ever walk away from someone because I know I don't have it in me to be the rejecter. I was talking about that to somebody, how some people handle rejection very well, some people don't, but some people, I'm that person, I don't like to reject people, and I think that's why I let people do a lot of things to me, because I just didn't want to be that person to be like, no, you can't do that, like, no. So yeah, I understand that, sweetheart. Okay, I'm gonna press play.
You may be thinking, Mel, I've let them. I've tried to be flexible, but now I have no friends. I want to talk about this because in researching this book and analyzing the experiences of thousands of people around the world who've been using the theory, one of the most difficult experiences people have is concluding that the people you think are your friends are not your friends at all. As you say, let them. People reveal exactly who they are, and they reveal where you stand in their life. And you're going to find yourself using the let them theory a lot with your friends. And you may start to see a lot of the relationships where the effort that you've been putting in is one-sided. You're the one who calls. And when you stop calling, no one calls back. You're the one who reaches out and makes all the plans. And when you stop making the plans, suddenly no one's reaching out and inviting you. It's painful to see the truth, that you're the one putting in the effort. When that happens, and it will, come back to the 3 pillars of friendship: proximity, timing, and energy. Whenever a friendship fades or someone reveals who they are, one of those 3 pillars is off, maybe more. Before you feel sorry for yourself and you start isolating or getting angry, I want you to look at the facts. Have you or your friend changed or grown in new ways? Have the patterns or schedules in your lives changed? Are you physically bumping into them as much as you used to? Do you feel like the timing of your life is still the same, or are you in different chapters now? Has some major change happened in one of your lives that has shifted the energy between you guys? Asking yourself these questions is really important, because we tend to default to making ourselves wrong or blaming the other person, and then we're just like, okay, that's it, the friendship's over. Before you walk away from a friendship, assume good intent on the other person's part. Sometimes you're just friends with someone who never makes plans, or is extremely introverted, or who has a lot of heavy and demanding things going on in their life. It's not that they're ghosting you. It's that they're exhausted by the chapter of life that they're in. It's not personal that they've become distant. And the fact that you still reach out may just be the lifeline that they need. In doing the research for this book, I noticed a lot of comments from people specifically upset that their friends are not texting them back. And that brings me to the warning that I talked about earlier. Do not use the theory to blow up your friendships because someone's not responding as often as you want them to. Friendships should not be a tit for tat. Stop keeping score. Reach out to people because you want to, but do not expect a response. How quickly or how often someone responds is not a sign of how much they care about you. It's more likely an indication of how overwhelmed they may be. Everyone has a ton going on. And 99% of the time, you've got no clue what someone else is dealing with. So with friends especially, be flexible. Don't judge when you don't hear back. Assume good intent. Now, I can share personally that these last 4 years of my life have been the most overwhelming and demanding years I've ever lived. And it's had a huge impact on my friendships. I had a major life change happen about 4 years ago. My husband and I had lived right outside of Boston for 26 years. And then we moved to a tiny rural town in a different state where I didn't know a single person my age. Now, at the same time, my company was going through this crazy period of hyper growth, and I've never managed anything in business like this before. My number one commitment has been spending time with my family and trying to get settled into our new community. So any free time that I have, I've just poured that time and energy into my family and trying to make new friends in my small town. I am sure there are many of my old friends who think, oh, Mel has ghosted me, or she's neglected the friendship, or she's a terrible friend. And using the let them theory and using frame of reference, when I step into their shoes from their point of view, they're right. I haven't been a good friend. It's not that I don't care. It's that I've been focusing my time and energy on different priorities these past 3 years. And I haven't made it a priority to proactively reach out to old groups of friends on a consistent basis. That's okay. When someone loses touch, it doesn't mean you've lost a friend. I hate the fact that so many people think that just because someone's distant, they're now your enemy. Let them be distant. Just because they're not right in front of your face or constantly texting you back, it doesn't mean you're against them. Make it a habit to cheer for people and just wish them the best. I've started doing that, and it's amazing. And you start to realize, wow, I actually have a lot of people in my life that I care about. Even though I don't text them all the time and I don't have plans to see them, I'm still cheering for them. And I've found with some of my friendships that people will disappear for a few years, or I'll disappear into my family and work for a few years. And it turns out that when the friendship faded, it's because my friend was caring for an aging parent or a child who was struggling. or they were consumed by an unhealthy relationship or a really demanding career, or they were wrapping up a graduate degree. It had nothing to do with me. They're still my friend. And I say this because I do not want you to use the let them theory to make assumptions and to blow up perfectly amazing relationships just because you haven't been flexible and allowed people to come in and out of your life based on what's going on in your life and in theirs. Because all it takes is one text or one phone call. And oftentimes, boom, you're right back in it. And as I come out of these crazy last 4 years, and I'm now settled into our new community, and our Boston podcast studios are up and running, and I've been spending a lot more time with my aging parents. And Chris and I, we're now empty nesters. What does that mean? It means a new chapter has begun. Timing. And in this one, reprioritizing old friendships and new friendships is at the very top of my list. And if you've ever received a call or a text from somebody you've lost touch with, I mean, just think about when that happens. Isn't it amazing? It's like one of the greatest surprises in the world. I've recently connected with one of my college roommates, and just the other day, she texted me a photo of a mixed tape that we made 30 years ago because she found it as she was cleaning out her parents' house. Now, Bernadine and I have gone decades not talking to each other, and we've recently gotten back in touch, and it's amazing. That's available to you. In fact, you know the two couples I was talking about that I kind of fell off with? Well, guess what? Over the years, we've reconnected, and we're still friends. There are people in your life that you haven't spoken to in years, but I bet if you had a cup of coffee with them, you'd fall right back into that deep and loving connection. And I'm so excited for you to create that for yourself, because the connection that you have with another person, it never actually breaks. It's just the proximity and timing that makes you lose touch with them. So it's never too late to reconnect with old friends. And this is completely in your control. Let them will help you be flexible, compassionate, and it's going to allow you to have people come and go in your life. Let me will remind you to stop sitting around expecting invitations or assuming ill intent. It's going to motivate you to take the lead on reaching out to old friends and to put yourself out there and create new ones. The let them theory will help you find your people, even if you're starting from scratch. And when you use it, here's what I'm going to tell you. You will create some of the most amazing friendships of your entire life. In fact, you'll soon see that you haven't even met some of your most favorite people yet. Isn't that exciting? To live your life knowing that there are so many incredible people and connections and experiences just waiting for you to be the one to go first and say hello. So let's use the theory to go find them. I just did this at the age of 54 when Chris and I moved to a brand new community. And I'm going to tell you the whole story. And you and I, in the next chapter, are going to really laser focus on the let me part of friendship.
Alrighty, guys, that was chapter 12, honey. Yes. So at the end, I think a lot of us relate to that because we didn't think we were going to ever be able to like make friendships on a journey like this. Like we just took a medication our doctors gave us or that we wanted to, or we've been researching, and then we found this community and it was wonderful. It was gorgeous. It was everything, you know? A lot of us haven't had friends in a long time. I know I haven't. Like I said, like sometimes I feel like I have no business being on YouTube because I'm just a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that my life was interesting. I didn't think there was things to talk about, but I met so many of you guys. So many of you guys that are, before I became a creator, that I just love to talk to, love to support. And then once I made my own channel, yeah, oh my gosh, you guys love to support me. You guys thought I was everything too. So I was like, oh my, yeah, this is everything. Okay. But yeah, in this chapter, or the second half of it, I got that I wrote down too busy to be a friend, haven't been a good friend, and that's okay. Doesn't mean you lost a friend. There are a lot of friendships, and I will say a lot of friendships I lost. Um, because, and I will say the prime example is when I was in beauty school. I met a lot of incredible women in beauty school. And I met one girl in particular that I thought was, we were never going to separate from each other. That she was just everything to me and I was everything to her. But after beauty school, we took our licensing and I happened to pass state board. She unfortunately did not. And it was just a weird kind of fallout, and I went on to my career and she was, I was trying to still help, trying to get her through it. And, you can always retake the test, never be afraid, like doing it all over again. But there was a period where I had this whole future in mind. I was going to be this hairstylist living in downtown San Diego, and I was going to be fabulous. I was going to be everything, like I wanted to live that life, but God had other plans for me. My son came into my life, and when I got my son, my whole world changed. It, anybody, their life is going to change with a baby. Whether you have birth naturally or you happen to. I got my son through a different way. I don't want to say it out loud because he's here, but my life changed a whole lot, and with that friendship with my friend, I stopped talking to her for a whole year. And when my life kind of settled down, I reached out to her and was like, hey, how are you? Like, miss you, girl. Like, how's your life doing? And she was the same way. Like, oh my gosh, like, where have you been? Like, I missed you. And when I explained everything, kind of like, she thought I had moved somewhere and I wasn't able to reach her. And when she found out I was still in San Diego, she was really, really upset about it. And I'm like, why are you so mad? Like, my child, I found out had autism. And I found out my mom had a disease that is not curable. It's terminal. I've just been here. My whole world is flipped upside down. I haven't even worked as a hairstylist. I try to, but I can't even afford booth rent, or trying to work in, like, I was working at barbershops and multiple different places just trying to make it work on commission. And my son needed so much help that was beyond anything I was ever prepared for. And even telling her all that, it was still very much like, wow, you abandoned me. Like, you could have been there for me. You could have reached out to me at any point. Like, and the last thing she ever said to me was like, you're not even a good friend after it all. And I'm like, and that hurt me for years because it really instilled in me that, like, wow, I'm not a good friend. Yeah, I could have reached out at any point. I tried saying, I'm sorry, but she wasn't hearing it. And then that helped me realize years later, if I'm telling you that my life was turned upside down and you couldn't even be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, not even a sorry, but something of like, that you're going through this, like, let's connect, let's do something else. Then that was never really a friend to begin with. Maybe you were a good friend in a moment. Maybe you're a good friend in the schedule and the timing, like Mel Robbins was saying. That, like, I had to let me do what I had to do, and I let you do what you had to do. If you couldn't understand me at my worst, like, then maybe you had me at my best and that was it. But I refuse to believe that I was, not a good friend. I know there's some people I wasn't good friends to that I should have reached out to, that I could have just texted them. I could have just done this. But people that have kids with special needs, they do understand that, like, they feel isolated. And a lot of us do feel isolated, that we can't have friends, because even if we were to come over and be like, oh, just bring your kid over, our kids can play. We can't do that. Is your house even child-proof enough to have a child that will get into everything? Is it Christmas time? My kids will rip off the ornaments off of everything. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You're panicking the whole time because your child's spinning in a circle, screaming, or throwing a tantrum. And then you just feel like you've ruined the whole mood from somebody. And it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so we isolate ourselves until we realize maybe when our kids get a little older, like, yeah, let's go out, let's do things. But some of our kids can't even be at the grocery stores. Some of our kids can't even be outside without our 1,000% attention. And I was a single parent at that time. So it wasn't like, hey, baby daddy, I need you to watch our child. And I want to go to the, have a park or come to the park with me so I can have a play date. My kid doesn't even talk to have a play date. You know what I mean? Like the verbal communication's not even there. So yeah, if you're ever in a situation where you feel like, man, I have to take care of somebody, or maybe you just got married and you want to have a lasting relationship and you're all about your man, your woman, your man, don't feel bad about it. Life is there and your real friends will connect back with you. I've had my oldest friend come back and connect with me. I explained my whole situation to her and she says, whenever you can, come out with me. We're going to go to a concert. And I made it work. We went to a Foo Fighters concert and we had the best time in the world. I'll never forget that day. And even till this day, she texts me happy birthday, Merry Christmas. I'll text her back the same. There's people who will understand. Like I say on here, I'll give anybody my number. You can talk to me whenever you want. But, don't ever be upset if I can't text you back right away. Or if I can't be there for you in that moment, if I can't pick up the phone. Usually it's not because I don't want to. It's because there's a lot going on. I know a lot of us experience that. Yes. Here, let me get back in the chat. Sorry, I went on a tangent, honey. Sorry, I'm kind of blind. Okay. Oh, Grant. Grant says, assuming good intent on the other part is a good point, but you can't let that go too far either and get run over. Hard balance sometimes. Grant understands, I will say, because he also has a child with needs. And I know he's kind of, I don't know if you've ever put that out there. I'm sorry if I am putting it out there, but me and him have talked. And we would love to talk about it someday, like with all you guys. He understands. Like, it's tough. It really is tough to find that good balance of, hey, I want to have friendships. Because as humans, we need to be social. A lot of us feel like some of us are isolated, and you're like my husband who's like, I don't need nobody, okay, honey, I got you, and I got the things that make me happy, okay, I'm fine, cool. But you still have to socialize. He still has friends. He still has people he plays with online and stuff. We need that, and it's tough to have that balance between it. I think women find it a lot harder than men. Men just kind of understand in a sense. They're like, you're not busy, cool, that's fine. Women, we're the ones that really take it to heart for some reason. Delilah says, de nada, hermosa. Great point, Grant. Very great point. Mia says, Kim J, what are you making? Shani said, very good. Yes, very good. Nicole, hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so late. I got some family emergency. Okay. I hope everything is okay. And I hope, I don't know if you put it in the chat yet, but I hope everything's okay, honey. Ellie says, happy everyone is here. Me too, honey. Ellie says, hope you're okay. Yes, hope you're okay. Kim's agreeing with Grant. Delilah says, no worry, Nicole, as long as you are all better. Yes. Nicole says, prayers for my brother would be greatly appreciated. Absolutely. We will definitely pray for your brother. I don't know what's going on. If you don't ever want to share it, that's fine, but we will definitely pray for your brother, my dear. Delilah says, not that I have to confirm it, but it's on an alarm set already, Nicole. Okay. Shani says, I lost a best friend and it hurt for years. I'm just now over it and okay with where we are. I love when she said, just because you're not friends up close and personal doesn't mean you are enemies. Yes, you're not enemies. I love that part too, because it made me think about the friend that I was talking about. We're not enemies, and I'll still reach out to her once in a while. But at a certain point, I think 2 years ago, I kind of let her go. And it was tough because I was the only one messaging. I was the only one saying, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'd still get nothing back. And that was a decade ago, more than a decade ago. If you're still going to hold a grudge over me because my life got chaotic, then I gotta just let them. Yes, Shawnee, it's a great way to put it. Absolutely. Nicole saying thanks, Delilah. Delilah says that doesn't make you a bad friend, amiga. Life happens sometimes. I'm so sorry they failed to hear you. Sounds like they had rejection issues too. Maybe that's what it is. And maybe that's why I brought it up. Maybe it is a rejection issue. Because I know she's been through a lot. But some people take out their harshest emotions on the people they care about the most, which is terrible to do in the end. And a lot of us do it. A lot of us continue to do it. A lot of us will do it. It's natural. You feel safe enough with me to bring out your harsh emotions. And you know what? I'm strong enough to take it. And that's okay, because it doesn't hurt anymore. Absolutely. Nicole says, I'm okay, Ellie, thank you. It's my brother. Okay. Mia says, if she didn't try to find you or try on her part, it must not have meant that much in the end. Yeah, it's two people in that situation, and it's sad she couldn't see her part in it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I still think about her here and there, but I did have to let her go. I did. It hurts. And I do wonder where she is now and everything, but I pray that she has grown and she has healed and all of the great things. I really do. Sandra says having a special needs child can be very isolating and people can't understand it unless they have lived it. Sandra understands too. Sandra really does understand too. It is isolating. And I always chalked it up to the fact that, oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm great living alone because I'm just introverted. Until I met my husband, I didn't know what a true introvert was. And I was like, oh, I'm actually not introverted at all. I'm very much a social butterfly. I just didn't have a space to open up my wings, per se. I didn't have a space to say anything because, like, it's hard to make friends when you are literally in your house all the time. And then not only having that, I had a mom that I was trying to keep alive for years. So yeah, it was hard. But the only people I'd make friends with was speech therapists, behavior therapists, nurses, nurse practitioners, LVNs, wound care nurses that would come in. Those were my friends. They were just there to do their job. They just happened to see me a lot. So yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Mia says, I hope everything works out for you, Nicole. Absolutely. Kim just says, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, too. My kids are just grown. Yes. So I guess I'm a proud housewife. Yeah, you're a stay-at-home wife, mama, honey. But you two provided a community where new friendships could grow, possibly a few that may be a lifetime one. I hope it's a lifetime one with us, honey. Okay? Don't say that you guess, honey, or it's a possibility, okay? For me and you, it's together. What is it? Better together, honey. Oh, okay. I'm just teasing you. But yes, we have made it with a lot more people. Kim's just typing in the chat, honey. Delilah says, "Oh, amiga, that's a friend that I'm so glad she was understanding of your situation and you found a way to make this state of life work for your relationship. That's amazing. Thank you, sweetheart, and I appreciate that. There are some people who are willing to be understanding, and all of you guys on here are actually those people. All of you guys understand when I'm not on live right at 2:00. I had to make it 2:30 today. You guys understand when I have to walk away for like a few minutes, to go take care of my daughter and stuff like that. You guys fully understand when I don't pick up all the time or when I don't text back right away, And I appreciate it. When I tell you I mean it from here, I could literally cry about the friends I've made on YouTube. And I am, because that's why I make my love letter videos, which I'm definitely going to make some more so I can, let out my entire heart to you guys, okay? Delilah says, "Oh, Kim, I'm so happy this community has brought you amazing friendship." Absolutely, honey, absolutely. Sandra, it's a great point. I know it's hard to know what someone is going through unless they've lived a similar situation. Absolutely. And for people who have lived a harder, tougher life, they're way more empathetic and they're way more understanding. Like, Delilah has not been through the same things I've been through, but she is actually very understanding about the type of lifestyle that I do have. Very understanding. And I appreciate you for that, Delilah. Oh, to answer Mia's question, she's making meatballs and rotel dip, honey. I still need to try rotel dip. I've never tried rotel dip, and every time I see it on my page, it looks absolutely delicious. Sandra says Alonda is going live in a few minutes, and based on her last video, she could use you as your support. Oh yes. What time is it? Oh, she's going live in a minute. Okay. Let me get through the chat, honey. Let me get through the chat. I know I saw her last video, and she's going through it, sweetheart. I have not seen somebody who can put on a smile, kind of like a blank face, in the inside it'd be an eye of a storm. She is in the eye of the storm right now. So I'll be there for her. Oh no, Sandra had no idea that she was going through. She's going through it, honey. Shawnee says, same for me, I let her go. I would respond, but she would never initiate the conversation. So after years, I let her go in love. I'm going to see if you finish that. Okay, yeah, you let her go. And sometimes you got to let them go with love. I say this and I say it again because I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to feel it. Release is one of the most painful parts of love. Whether that's the release of a loved one that's no longer here, a release of things that you used to love that you can't do anymore. Release is one of these most painful forms of love. But it is love. It is love. Never forget that falls in the category of love, self-love. To release somebody is to give yourself a piece of that love, a piece of literal peace. So yeah, that's what gives me comfort in that. I'm glad, Shawnee, I'm very glad that you can let her go in love. Mia says, okay, thanks for letting us know, Sandra. Absolutely. So as I said, some people take it out on those who are simply there. They don't even got to care for you. They don't even got to be close to you. They just let it go. Just let it out. And do you deserve it? No. Like my mom said, nobody deserves your bad day. Nobody deserves your bad day. Take it out on whatever you need to take it out on. Absolutely. Not somebody that doesn't deserve it. Nicole says, thanks, Mia. Kim just says, true, we do hurt the people closest to us because we get too comfortable and unfortunately take each other for granted. Expecting the person to take it and keep moving and will always be there. Absolutely. When you get too comfortable with somebody, and definitely to a point where it's kind of like, oh, they got it. They could take it. No, they're good. They understand me. It's like, no. I can get my feelings hurt too. Don't expect me to just take in your bad emotions that you don't know how to deal with, that you don't know how to cope with, that you should be dealing with. Don't take that out on me. Like I said, I don't deserve that. And once you know your worth, and I used to hate saying that because I'm like, oh my God, people always said that to me, like, know your worth, know your worth. I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't understand any of that until I had to understand it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I gotta understand my worth, not be everyone's doormat. And yeah, once you understand that, yeah, for sure. Thank you, sweetheart. Then when you lose the person, you regret it, and it may be too late. That's why you have to deal with things in the moment. You have to. And it's understandable if you don't want to. But when you lose somebody and you lose a good person, understand that they have to live with their decisions. They have to live with their unhealed emotions. They have to deal with it. And if they're willing to change, I'm always willing to go back into somebody else's life if they're willing to change. I may not be the same person you wanted me to be. I may not be the same person that you saw beforehand, that I let you, deal with, like, put up with any of that stuff. I may be different. But if you're willing to change and I could see the growth, I'm willing to be like, okay, hey, I am here. But I'm not here fully. I don't think I could ever be there fully for somebody like that again, but I understand. She said, girl, we're better together. Don't you start. Yay. For those who aren't understanding, there's two to the left that are, For those that aren't understanding, there's two to the left that are. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's two to the left that are. You'll have people who do understand. Just like, I think my dad used to say that all the time. Like, if one door closes, there's, trust me, multiple ones that'll open and that'll be way better. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Grant. He says, "Oh, I don't mind you share, Felicia. I look forward to having a chat one day about special needs kids and our experiences." Oh, thank you. I just kind of like spat it out. So yeah, no, me and Grant do want to talk one day about having children, our lives and our experiences with having kids with special needs, so that people can just understand a tiny bit more. Because as much as weight loss is my journey, the hardest journey I've ever been on was my son's journey, and then my new journey with my daughter. You know, my son has literally reshaped my entire mindset, my entire life for the best. And in the moment, of course, I thought I was going through the worst, but no, for the best. My son, I will always say, is the strongest person I have ever met. Mia says, I seen a man get some Jamaican jerk seasoning rotel dip. Oh my gosh, my obesity is coming out with that, honey. That sounds delicious. Grant says, my wife does feel isolated sometimes because of this journey with our daughter. And just like that, women tend to feel a heck of a lot more isolated than the men. Because they always feel like, oh, men can just go out and have friends and do that. YouTube was what saved me from that. Having this platform is what saved me from being isolated anymore. I wouldn't have met any of you guys if I didn't decide to just say hello in the chat one day. Absolutely. And she said, really? YouTube's hiding Mia's comment for what? Oh, girl, I don't know. I can't ever see it from this side. Mia, YouTube hit your comment, but that sounds like it could be really good. Oh, okay. Was it the jerk chicken one? Maybe because of the word jerk. YouTube, we do not mean it like that. Okay, get your mind out the gutter. We are talking about seasoning, honey. Seasoning from Jamaica. Okay. Okay, I released the comment. Okay. As YouTube be tripping. Okay. That's cray-cray, Delilah, right? YouTube, don't be playing. Shake my head. Delilah says, oh, Graham, so sorry to hear that. Adding her to my prayer list. Thank you. And Grant is a very spiritual man. He'll be in Kim J's live talking about how great is our God. Sing with me, how great. I can't sing it like Kim can, but okay, I will sing for the Lord. He says, thank you so much, Delilah. Please forgive me, but I'm just getting into this book chat a bit late. Which book is this? No, oh my gosh. You are forgiven, sweetheart, okay? Don't ever be sorry. It is called Let Them by Mel Robbins. I'll show you the book real quick. Let me, I'm just pulling it up. So Let Them by Mel Robbins. Right here. Okay, it's called The Let Them Theory. Mel Robbins. But if you were to type in Let Them by Mel Robbins, it'll pop up. It doesn't matter how far we are into the chapter because every chapter holds a different, topic to talk about. So if you ever wanted to get into the book, excuse me, definitely, it's a very good book. It's about her theory of just letting people be people, and then us being us, and me being me, and you being you, and how to navigate life that way. She has a theory behind it. It's great. Of course, Grant. Yes, this is the Let Them. Yep, there you go. Sorry, no apostrophes in her surname. Okay. Felicia Marie, I've been told in my professional life to find my voice. Okay. I didn't understand what that meant at all. Learning though. Yes. There's some things that people will tell us over and over and over again, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, people would always tell me, know your worth, know your worth. Coming from a person that really thought she was worthless, I'm like, what worth are you talking about? Like, I don't make money like that. I don't have no net value. And I'm like, oh, it's the worth of me. It's the worth of not having to always throw myself under a bus to save everybody else. Like, I'm much more worth it than that. Yes, honey. Look at Alvin said, yes, Kim. Say it louder for the people in the back, honey. Yes. Alvin also saying, how are you doing, Kim J? He was in my video and he said, shout out to, in my comments in my video, he said, shout out to Kim J all day. And I said, oh, okay. Is that Paul Amadeus Lane, honey? That is Paul Amadeus on wheels. Yes. Hey, Paul. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you're doing wonderful, amazing, incredible. Um, Loved your last video, and thanks for shouting me out, honey. That meant everything to me, and we got this. Paul is hilarious because he was talking about our trizepatide journey and how we put our trizepatide on layaway. When I tell you, I was laughing. I was in the shower when I was listening to that video. My bad. I'm always in the shower when I'm listening to a lot of YouTube. I was cracking up in the shower. Okay. Delilah says, Kim has those church voice, gospel voice, that voice that literally reaches the Lord Himself voice. Okay. Stunning, honey. Stunning. Grant is a singer in the choir, from what I remember him sharing in his first YouTube. Grant, let me find out that you and Kim were on Sugar Talks, and you two could have been up there singing and praising. Okay, I need Grant back just so that I could have heard that. She said, "Hi, Alvin. I lead sing at the church I go to." Kim. I need Grant and you guys to sing for us, honey, okay? Get together and sing. How great is our God. Yes. Alvin says, good to be here with you guys again. It's good to be here with you, sweetheart. Alvin is wonderful. If you guys have never checked out Alvin, he is, I don't think he's like new to YouTube, but he does a lot of fitness videos on his shorts. And obviously it works. Dude has an incredible, not to be weird, but he has a great body, okay? He has nice muscles and whatnot, okay? I'm looking at it as from a physical aspect. There you go. Okay, take that as you will. My Delilah says, all right, gotta run. Adore you all. Hugs. Alrighty, honey. Thank you for being here. He said, hey, Paul. Take care, Delilah. Paul saying, hey, Grant. Kim says, I'm good. I'm just enjoying the book in the chat. Let Them Theory is truly a great read. Yes, it is. He said, my two favorite peoples. Yay! Love Alvin. He's also from Brooklyn, and I love his accent. All good, Fish Marie. How spicy were those enchiladas? Definitely going to add them to my repertoire. If you can handle spice, if you can handle hot Cheetos, and I know you like the tahini spice. Tahini spice isn't crazy spicy to me, but if you can handle hot Cheetos, you can handle those enchiladas, honey. I did not think they were going to be that spicy at all. I was pleasantly surprised, and I love spicy food. Yes, if you ever get a chance to check them out, check them out. The macros are great. The calories to the macros are great. 31 grams of protein. Okay, that was amazing. Yes, Kim says, thanks, Felicia Baby. I can sing, but there are so many more who can sing, honey. Don't discredit yourself. Know your worth, Kim. I'm saying it to you. Know your worth. You can sing. You and Mr. Grant, honey, he is a lead singer. You got this. Hey, Paul, looking forward to our RMZ Live Tuesday. Yes, they're going to be live. Grant, Paul, I think it's G's too, and Round Mound of Zet Bound. I like seeing his name. They're going to be live Tuesday for the men's health. If you guys are men and want to know about men's health, they're going to be there, and it's going to be wonderful. Yes. Around Mount Zet Bound. Alvin, I'm back and forth in the bushes cooking something for my daughter. She is. She's cooking meatballs and rotel dip. Yes, looking forward to hanging out with you, Grant. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to you guys on Tuesday. See you, Delilah. I'm too dark to be blushing, Felicia. That doesn't matter. That does not matter. Don't worry. You worked hard for your bod, okay? Show it off. If I had a six-pack, a V-line, and buff arms, I would not be wearing this sweater right now, okay? I would be up here in much less clothes. I gotta work on it, though. I gotta work to it. Charlene T says, I like spicy, but it doesn't like me. Okay, and that's not everything. That's why I take heartburn pills. I still I will never refuse spicy food. I love spicy food. Even though spicy food cannot stand me, I force spicy food on myself. Oh, okay. Grant says, hey, get us up sometime, Felicia, and we'll sing with Kim. Oh my God! I would definitely have you guys up here so you guys can sing, okay? We could do that whenever. I'm determined to make, and when I'm determined, honey, okay, it's gonna happen. Look at, she said Alvin, yes. And Darium, oh, Darium, okay, I didn't know if it was G's or Darium, so Darium will be up there too on Tuesday. So all the Darium lovers out there, definitely. Alvin said, yes. Kim says, I'm still trying to find my voice. Now I got to find my words too. Oh, help, Lord. One day on this platform for sure. We will find it. Even if we don't find it together and you find it on your own, honey, even more beautiful, okay? I believe in you, and there's 600 other people that believe in you in the Sweet Life Squad, okay? You got this, sweetheart. You got it, girl. Oh, Ellie showing some love. Oh, Miss Paula. Oh, you changed your profile pic. Hello, gorgeous. You got some pretty hair, honey. I'm sorry. I'm screaming at you, Paula. I'm sorry, but I gotta recognize when I recognize. She said, "Dang, I missed the book club." Don't worry, sweetheart. We are here and we love you. Okay, I'm here. I'm happy you're even with us, among us, in our presence. Yes, thank you. Felicia will give you your flowers. You cannot hide. Absolutely, I will give you your flowers. Okay, Alvin. It is what it is. He's saying hi to Paula. Paula's saying hi to Grant. Oh, Kim says, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Oh, you sure, Felicia McBee? I like another round of strength training tonight, Missy." I'm always the one ducking and dodging, but I will do strength training with you tonight. Me and Kim are accountability partners when it comes to strength training. My motivation is to look like Alvin now. Is that weird? Absolutely not, okay? Okay, I just want to have abs for like a day and then I'll let it go, okay? Yes, my inspiration is here. My motivation is here. I will strength train with you tonight. I'll watch the replay. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. And Ellie says hi to Miss Paula. Paula says hi to Ellie. Is that Cookie J all day? Hi, Cookie. How are you, sweetheart? I'm glad you're here. She said, hello, buddy. Hello, everybody from Miss Cookie Honey. Yes. And that's right. That's why I love you and my Sweet Life Squad. Yes, honey. Cookie. Everyone's saying hi to Cookie. More my Cookie Pie. Aww. She said, Mia, Paula. Paula says, thank you, Felicia. You are a beauty. Oh, you're the beauty. Your hair is gorgeous. I'm sorry. Every time Paula messages and like leaves a comment on one of my shorts videos, oh my gosh, she's the one that makes me blush, okay? She's always like, hi, beautiful. You're so gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm telling you, even one of my other lives I had, Paula was the one that made me like blush the most. It takes one to know him, honey, because you're stunning, okay? Paul says, Felicia McBee, when I come to San Diego, you got to do a Slayer name mash. I would love to. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, that's me everything. Absolutely. You tell me when, I'll show up. No questions asked. I'm already there, okay? He said, hearts to Cookie. She said, Paul on wheels. Pow. I like when you say that part. And Ellen said, that's the reason why I continue to give you your flowers consistently. Oh, I appreciate you and I thank you for that. Yes. My daughter wants juice. She's in the background. You want juice, Mama? Here, give it to me. Help. You gotta give it to me. My daughter does not want to get up. Hold on. Oh, you did get up. Here, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll give you juice. Thank you. Kim says, hi, Paula, Cookie. Anybody else in... Anyone else that has came in the chat, I'm back and forth. Don't worry, sweetheart. Cook what you gotta cook, okay? I know you're cooking for your daughter. I know she wants those meatballs. I know she wants that rotel dip. It is A-okay, honey. We are here for you, though, okay? Here, I'm just getting my daughter's juice real quick. Here you go, sweetheart. Here, your juice is ready. Alrighty. Cookie saying hi to Kim J. Paula says, Felicia, is true, though. I'm just speaking the truth. I love you, girl. Oh, my gosh. She makes me blush. Oh. She's saying hi, Kim J. Hi, Paul. Oh, Jen says Slayer Nay Taco Edition. Yes. Oh my gosh, Jen. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so excited. We can get like the mini little TJ tacos because that trizepatide be trizepatiding sometimes, okay? We gotta get it on the day or it's the day before shot day and we can really dig into the tacos, honey. Yes. He's saying hi to Cookie. Saying Kimmy J. Yes, Taco Edition sounds wonderful. Splendid. Everything. And Paul says, oh yes, okay. So it's official, Paul. Me and you are doing a taco sleigh, or welcome and welcome back to. It would be Paul and Felicia Marie B. Yes, Slayer Nay edition. Absolutely. I'll get the song right, but don't worry. We're gonna do it. Do not worry. Alrighty, honeys. We're at the end of the chat. I know Alonda 180 is having her chat and she's going through quite a bit. So if you want to go support Miss Alonda 180, I'm pretty sure she'd appreciate it. She's going through quite a bit. And like I always say, the chapter 13 will be on Delilah's channel. If you look in this description in this live or on my post, Delilah's channel is always on there. She also goes by My Delilah because she changed the name of her title. So if you look at My Delilah or Delilah Rodriguez, but it's always in mine if you want to see it. Chapter 13 is going to be on her channel next Saturday. We do this every Saturday around 2 o'clock. This will be chapter 13's next week, and there's only 20 chapters in the book, so we're getting through the book, honey, okay? And we appreciate everybody who's been here to support us through the book. If you want to look at the book yourself, go ahead. More than likely, if you want to catch up to chapter 13. If not, that's totally fine. Just come in and have a discussion with us. We're just happy you guys are here and willing to participate and be with us. Absolutely, honey, yes. Ellie's saying bye-bye. Paul's saying bye. Have a great night, Felicia. You have a great night too, sweetheart. Choose kindness, everybody. Oh, yes. And Paul said, let's do it, honey. Absolutely. Let's do it. And, excuse me, I'll end my stream like I end all my videos. Please don't ever forget to pollinate this world with love, joy, and kindness. Always, always, like Cookie said, choose kindness because words alone can truly make anybody's day. Yay! I love you guys. And I hope you guys have a great night, okay? Let me go here. All right, love you guys. Bye.